at the end of abortion recovery, they make you have a memorial for your children. And so I didn't realize how delusional I was until that very moment. And so I had worked through I had cried all that week. They want you to get a little box together, like a keepsake box, put their birthdays in it, their names, and like little trinkets to represent your children, because it's an actual memory box. And so I wrote their names out. I wrote their birth, like potentially around the year they would be born, because I can't remember still. And I had my little box, and they want you to have a memorial for your babies. And so the girl that went before me, she is just choked. I mean, she is sobbing. And I'm like, oh, God be with her. Give her strength, Lord. And I am just delusional. Like, it's not my turn next. And so I gather my little babies. So they have you get like baby dolls or bears and wrap them up like a mummy, basically.
Okay.
And they have them put you in your arm, and you're reading your letter that you've wrote to your babies and to God, and you're basically eulogizing your children. And so I start with my first sentence, and I bust out in tears. And I'm so angry. I'm like, why am I crying? Like, I shouldn't be crying. Like, I've dealt with this. I've done this. And she's like, it's okay. Cry. Like, go through the emotions. You're grieving. Go through the emotions. And I'm like so frustrated, because I'm like, I shouldn't be crying. I shouldn't be having these emotions. It's stupid. I don't want to do it. And she's like, keep going. I'm like, okay, fine. And I can't even get through the letter. I am hysterically crying. And they want you to send a song afterwards. And so as I'm like, earlier that week, I'm going through my song, and I'm like, and God said, Come Out of Hiding by Stephanie Granger. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that song. I'm just kind of like, I don't, just being defiant,
That's so good, though.
And I sent it in anyway. So I'm like, fine, I'm just going to send it in. And when she starts singing, Come Out of Hiding, You're Safe Here With Me. No need to hide what I've already seen. And I'm just like, and now I'm like ugly crying.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I am just a wreck. And I'm trying. So then when you surrender your babies, I'm like trying to lay them on the couch. And it felt like I hit a brick wall. And I'm like, and I heard God say so sweetly, He says, now you can no longer hold this as your point of trauma. Now,
because you'd made it your identity.
This was my identity. Now you no longer can have this as a place of your hurt. When you give these babies to me, you're officially healed. Are you ready? Like, this is it.
He asked you, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Because you got to be ready to be healed.
You got to be ready to be healed. And He says, are you ready?
I mean, it's just like the scripture Jesus has, will you be made whole?
He says, are you ready to let this go? You no longer can hold this as a place of your hurt, your pain, your frustration, your jealousy, your bitterness, your shame, your guilt. You can no longer hold it. Are you ready to give it to me? And I wrestled with that thing, because it had become my identity. And I'm like, as I'm trying to get the babies to the couch, basically, and I'm yelling this out, and I'm like, why can't I do this? Why is this so hard? Why can I let this go? Like, I want to let this go. I've held on to this for so long. I'm ready to let it go. And I finally gave the babies to God. Like, I had to physically give them to Him. And at that moment, it felt like a weight had been lifted off of my head.
Yeah.
And it was like it's almost like I came out of the grass, like a new plant. Like, I came out of the soil, and it was like, this is what the sky looks like. This is what the ground looks like. This is what air feels like. It was like I could finally see for the first time. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, like, this is what healing looks like. I was so excited. And it's like I took a deep breath, and He said, are you ready? I said, ready for what? And I fell off the back of a cliff. And I'm like free falling. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm falling, and there's nothing for me to hold on to. He said, no, there's nothing but me. Are you going to hold on to me? Are you going to sit next to me, next to my hip like a little kid? Come sit right here. It's me and you. You have nothing to hold on to but me.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode. You've heard from us. Now we want to hear from you. I do prayer videos every single day. Comment your name and what you want me to pray for below, and follow me on any social platform at I'm Ieshia Danielle so that you'll be able to see when your prayer video gets posted. Until next time, see you later.